Hello all, Bharhash here, with a quick video about my thoughts and predictions about what we might see in Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. I thought I'd make a quick video sharing my thoughts, opinions, and theories about what would happen in the game and who some of the characters might end up becoming. Most of what I hope is going to happen in Age of Imprisonment has to do with my theory about the Wilds era of the Zelda series in another video I made called The Legend of Zelda, the Reimagined Timeline. If you want an in-depth look of what I think about those games and how I think they fit into the Zelda timeline, please go give it a watch. For now, I will give you a quick rundown of the video. I believe that Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Age of Calamity, and now Age of Imprisonment are all remakes, or a reimagining, of every Zelda game that came before Breath of the Wild. I believe that these 4 games were made as sort of a soft reboot of the Zelda series, and therefore hint at, or blatantly show, most of the important parts of the Zelda timeline, while changing or adjusting a few things. Again, if you're interested, I made a whole video explaining, showing, and giving proof of all this in a previous video, if you'd like to know more. I'm hoping to see proof of some of the connections I made in that video. Since I already have those thoughts and theories down in that video, I won't be talking about them much here. However, there are a few things that I forgot to mention in that video, or that have been revealed in trailers that I didn't think about in my previous video, or would like to give my thoughts in before Age of Imprisonment comes out, just in case I'm right about something. I've seen this theory a few times, and I'm inclined to believe it, that Kalamo, the new Korok, is, or at the very least, will be extremely important to the appearance of the Great Deku Tree. From the line that introduces him and says he is looking for a place to set down roots, or the fact that he is just close to mysterious Link-looking construct, I believe this suave-looking Korok definitely has something to do with the appearance of the Deku Tree, especially considering that it seems to be missing thus far from everything we have seen from back in the past. Although shaped to look like Link, which I believe will be Zelda's influence, I think the mysterious construct is actually Fi, or more generically, the spirit of the sword. The name Fi hasn't actually been said in the Wilds era, though when Zelda comes up with a plan to put Link in the Shrine of Resurrection, we do hear Fi's jingle from Skyward Sword, and see the telltale glow she gives off while in the Master Sword. More evidence of this is during the trailer that the mysterious construct is introduced in. You can hear Fi's theme song playing in the background. So here's what I think is going to happen. When the Master Sword is sent back to Zelda in the past, she realizes that she can still hear the spirit of the sword, but faintly. It could be badly damaged or dying. So Zelda, making the construct herself or asking Minoru to do it, makes a body for the spirit of the sword. Obviously, with her missing Link so much, and it being the spirit of his sword, she makes the construct in the shape of her beloved knight. With the spirit of the sword familiar with Link's moveset, it would be able to move and fight just like its master, Link. This is my number 1 theory for who I think the mysterious construct is, because I think it leads credence to my theory that Princess Zelda, once back in time and mentored by Sonia, has become the goddess Hylia. She curates the spirit of the sword in the past, rehouses it in the Master Sword before she transforms into the Light Dragon. Then, in Breath of the Wild, that's why she's able to talk to and understand what the sword is saying to her. Of course, this creates what is considered a bootstrap paradox, creating a self-contained casual time loop where Zelda creates the spirit of the sword in the past, but doesn't know she is the one that created it. She creates a body for the dying spirit of the sword, which in turn creates the personality and revigorates the power of the spirit of the sword, where it is then placed into the reforged Master Sword until the day it breaks and loses its power and is sent back to the past, where Zelda then creates a body for the spirit of the sword to be housed, and the time loop continues. If you find this far-fetched or think I'm reaching, Nintendo has already done a bootstrap paradox before, with Link learning the Song of Storms in Ocarina of Time. Link learns the Song of Storms from the annoyed windmill owner, who then turns around and travels to the past and plays the song for the younger windmill owner, which then causes the problems to begin with the windmill and the owner to hate that ocarina kid for it. He then releases his frustrations to an adult Link in the future, teaching the song to Link in the process, and that time loop continues. The voice in the sword makes sense to be Fi, or the spirit of the sword, because if the mysterious construct and Calamo are real-life comrades, as the trailers imply, they would be comfortable spending all their time together within the sacred grove once both are put to rest and put down roots there. To me, they would want to remain close to each other through their long lives. This could also explain why the Wilds era Link was able to pull the Master Sword sooner than most, the two being familiar with this Link having learned from and, for the case of the mysterious construct, being modeled after him by the Wilds era Zelda. And now I'd like to give a crazy prediction or theory. This theory is very unlikely in my opinion, but given Nintendo and how they work sometimes, I believe it's a possibility. This theory goes on the possibility that this isn't the same Princess Zelda from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Given that this is a Hyrule Warriors game, she could actually be the princess from the split timeline that happened in Age of Calamity. This really wouldn't change much, and technically it would still be the story that leads up to Tears of the Kingdom, but with the slight differences that timeline's Tears of the Kingdom would have had, whenever that Link and Zelda stumbled onto Ganondorf in that timeline. All this meaning that technically it would still be the events leading up to Tears of the Kingdom, but if Nintendo wanted plausible deniability about any backlash to things in the game or changes made, later they could say, "We said it was the events leading up to Tears of the Kingdom, but we didn't say what timeline." Whereas I don't think this is likely to happen, I also think we can agree that it would be a very Nintendo thing to do. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video or agree with some of the thoughts, please give the video a like. If you'd like to see more from me, consider hitting the subscribe button. I plan on making another video once I've played through Age of Calamity to see how much I got right, and to see how much, if any, it helps my reimagined timeline video. I may even try at my first game review once I'm through with Age of Calamity.